Hello and welcome to my next No Man's Sky video. This is Ray from the Fallout feed and Skyrim Addict. The 3 F's. So we've got flipping, freighters, and frigates. So we'll cover all the ins and outs of this. So the first thing I needed to do was get my economy scanner going. So I had to buy some microprocessors so that I could get that installed. The reason you need a economy scanner is because the system that you want to warp into is a wealthy economy. So you want a 3-star economy to be able to increase the chance of getting an S-class freighter. So the S-class freighter is, the ultimate goal. That's going to give you the best of everything. The highest number of available slots, and the highest hyperdrive range, and it's just all around a better spec ship. So while I was doing this, I inadvertently came across an S-class fighter. If you can find a fighter 3 million units in an S-class, scoop it up. As long as you've got the money, buy the stupid thing, because it's going to guarantee that you're going to get some storage augmentations, and you're also going to get S-class upgrade modules for the Starship. So didn't have enough inventory, hadn't really been planning on flipping ships. So had to hop back in my ship, unload some stuff into it so that I could free up the cargo space so that I can go ahead and scrap this ship. So I'm good to go. So now I'm going to hop out, go run over to the other ship that I want to scrap, check one more time, make sure that I didn't screw up, because I often do. Hop in, hop out. All right, so now this ship is the one that you're dealing with, and you're going to go up to the scrap machine and let it fly. It's just this is the holy grail of ship flipping right here. You get the most number of upgrade modules, and you're guaranteed to get 1, if not 2, storage augmentations. So here we go, and then so the modules that I had in my current ship were mostly A-class, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that just to give me a little more firepower. And so I take the least powerful upgrade I have and replace it with this S-class, and bump my my damage up on my current fighter. And with that out of the way, now I got to go sell those modules. And so I just run over to whatever vendor and just checking cargo to make sure. Oftentimes, if your general slots fill up, they'll dump stuff in your cargo too, so I always check and see if there's anything hidden in there. So flip over to sell, and now sell these babies for some hefty nanites. And then I thought, I guess I could probably use a little more shield power. So I didn't sell that one, so go back to my ship and scrap one of my A-class and upgrade those shields. So currently 270.9. I'm going to pop that one out and put the S-class in, and that's going to bump us up to 276.9. So a little bit, but every little bit helps when it comes to getting blasted by pirates. So now I've got all the components that I need to sell to get my money for that ship. So look both ways before crossing the landing pad. Run over to the little ship guy and sell him your stuff. Now, one thing to be really careful is it's so easy, the way the menu kind of hides things. It's so easy to have something you didn't want to sell pop up as things bounce around. So make sure you're very deliberate about selling this stuff. And so that's that. We're all cleaned up. Another ship. Let's check this one real quick. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is only a 2-star economy. So there's only a 1% chance of S-class ships spawning in this station, and I've got 2 back to back, completely unexpected. So I'll take it. Do the same thing as we did before, and scrap the technology and take the parts, put them into your, store them, and then go scrap that baby. All right, so we warped on our 5th time, and that gives us the first freighter mission. We beat the pirates, and so now the very grateful commander invites you aboard to take a look. Every single time you are going to decline this ship. No matter what, you don't want this one, because it's always going to be, your storage is going to be in the teens. So here we've got a B class, 17 plus 5, and you are just absolutely going to do better by holding off and waiting. So we come in here, talk to the commander, tell him thanks but no thanks. You keep your pile of stuff. All right, so we've warped 4 more times, so we know that the next time we warp, it's going to be the next freighter battle. So we hop in and out of our ship at the space station so that we have a save point. You're going to want to grind this. It's, you want an S-class. So now we fly out, and we're going to put our economy scanner to work because we want it to find us a 3-star system. It's possible to search these systems out ahead of time, so that if you see a particular ship you like coming from that system, you can pre-select the place you want to go. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm going to go to this. I found this 3-star here out of these that are around me, and we're warping in. So this is going to be my 10th warp, and boom, freighter battle. All right, so now I can see it's a Venator. The other type is the Sentinel Dreadnought. I do prefer these Venators, and so now in the pirate battle, there is always this guy that comes up behind you. If you go to the one that your ship is indicating you should attack, he's going to come in behind you and give you a little whack. So spin around, take him out. Now you're free to move about the cabin. So there's all these other ships flying around fighting. It's inevitable that you're going to hit one. Just don't kill it, because if you kill it, then the gig is up. Also, whatever you do, make sure you do not hit the freighter. You'll see coming up, I'll take a few hits because I've got good shields, instead of firing at the freighter, because it's so easy to miss. Just like it's so easy to hit these other ships that are flying around, and you just do not want to hit the freighter. It'll shut the thing down, and you'll have to restart. And of course, if you did, that was probably your S-class. So just don't hit the freighter. So one last guy to go. Come in here, smoke him, and that should about do it. And you'll see I had hit one of these guys. That's the little blue marker on there that indicates that you had hit a friendly. And he may or may not shoot at you. It happens. But don't shoot back. Just fly into the freighter and you'll be fine. You know, just, hey, sorry, dude. Now, the admiral comes on, says, hey, come give me a visit. You say, hey, sure, no problem. Let's do this thing. And away we go. So the thing to keep in mind is that when you fly onto a freighter for the first time and hop out of your ship, it does not create a save, which is perfect. That's what you want. So you can hop out of your ship and scan the interior of the ship so that you can see what ship this is. So we're going to pop out here and we're going to take a look, and not bad. It's an A class. So A with 32 slots plus 8. So you can see already much better than the one we had before. Not good enough for me. I'm going to reload and reload and reload until when I get out of the ship and take a look, it says S class. Remarkably, this was the fourth reload, which on other ones that I've done, it's been 15, 20 reloads before you see an S class. So this was pretty damn lucky. And so come in here, talk to the admiral. Yes, I want your ship. It's exactly what I've been looking for. Thank you very much. So now you are the proud owner of a free S-class capital ship. This is as good as they come. And so you're ready to rock and roll. So the first thing you have to do is come in here and build command rooms. So you can, there's always 5 missions available, but I usually build 6 command rooms because occasionally, you'll get a bunch of them. Some of these missions will run 28, 29 hours. And so the missions have already respawned, even if you already put out, 5 fleets. You can have an 8-hour mission come back before the 28-hour mission returns. So just freeing up, just opening up some space inside this freighter, make a little hallway to build stuff in. Oops, ran out of silver. You're going to need a lot of silver to open up this freighter if you want to build like a garden plots to work out of. So you always get one frigate that comes with it, and miraculously, so this isn't one I would have hired because his combat skill is too low, but it's the first time I've ever gotten one that didn't have a negative, so I was thankful. And so now you come into your fleet command room, and you're going to learn the plans for making frigate fuel. So this is where you are never going to have enough dihydrogen. Typically what I do now from this point on is anytime I'm at a trade terminal, I check to see if they have any dihydrogen jelly, and I'll buy that and refine it down to dihydrogen so that I can make my frigate fuel. You get a lot of tritium, mining asteroids, but it's easier to refine for your dihydrogen. Now, one thing it took me forever to figure out is that you can land on your frigate. So if it happens to come back damaged, you have to land on it so that you can come in and make repairs. But you can land on them anytime you want to. All of the different types have landing pads that you can get out. And I mean, it's a really cool view from space, when you're running around here. But you can come out on these little catwalks and it'll point you to where you need to go to make your repairs. And enjoy the view while you're there. Look at that. La la. So that's the start of the collecting frigates. So you can have a total of 30 frigates in your fleet, and it's a good idea to to take your time and get that loaded out, because missions are very lucrative. You're going to get a lot of good stuff. I get most of the items that I need to be able to build stasis units, which are extremely valuable pieces of tech that you build, and most everything you need you get in abundance from these missions. All right, so coming up, you'll find these. They'll be marked in green. These are recruitable. So now you just fly up close to it, and you get a little comms message, and you answer the comm, and you get to take a look at their frigate. Of course, every one of them are going to tell you they're the absolute best and that you're lucky, to have them, but not always the case. So this one, not bad. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a frigate that is, typically C-class, has less than 10 or less expeditions, and has at least 20 in their primary specialty. There's just too many out there to take anything less than that. So this one's good. I took it 7 with 20. So we'll take a look at this miner and see what he's got going. Up negative. Never ever take a negative. There's no need. Too many ships out there to take. Decline. Doesn't even matter. I don't even look at what the stats are. If it's got a negative, I move along. They may seem innocuous, but it adds up, and it's too easy to find a better ship. And at this point, I don't know if anybody knows a way to dismiss a frigate. I'd love to hear about it, because some of my earlier frigates are not all that great, and I'd love to get rid of them. So here we go, up 16. And it's only got 3 expeditions, but it's less than 20, so decline. Nope. Yep. And move on. So yeah, this is the process. You're going to do this over and over again, and every system you go to, there's going to be ships sitting there. They'll be spawning in around you every time you leave a planet, so you got plenty to choose from. It doesn't matter what race they're from. They're all available. All right, so this one's pretty sweet. So it's got a 23 in trade, which is its primary. It's only got 6 expeditions. This one is going to ramp up really quick. So as you send these out on missions, they just keep getting higher and higher in rank. They'll, before you know it, there'll be a B class, then an A class, and an S class, and so you can rank up on 55 missions. So you got a long time to really make these things brutes. So this one, take that. So support vessels. So these ships will give you a better fuel efficiency across all of your all the ships in that mission. But it takes up one of your 30 slots, which means less missions that you can send the ships out on. You never know what you're gonna, what missions are going to be available. So I always pass on those. It's not worth it. You're better off just, doing the derelict freighter missions and getting some augmentations. So here is a C-Class 20 with 0 missions. So, the other specs aren't great, but at least it's got a 20 in its specialty, and it's going to ramp up really fast because it's already got it has no missions yet. Here's another one with negative. So nope. And typically I don't take B class. I stick to C class. Because it's just not worth it. But sometimes it is. So if you see one like this, so a 26 in exploration with only 11 expeditions on a B class is super good. This one's going to rank up really quick, so we'll go ahead and take it. Now that we've got a few frigates, we're going to head back to the freighter and send these bad boys out. So it's these missions are really handy. Now, one of the things is, so that little ship right there, if I wanted to, I could go talk to that pilot and make him an offer on that ship. If you have any ships that you've either purchased or picked up along the way, either wrecked ships or otherwise, they'll show up in here after the first time you fly back into it. So now we'll talk to the navigator and see what kind of missions we have available for us. And so out of this initial batch, so I'm going to go with a balanced expedition. So I've got a variety of ships now, so I can go in here and send out at least one trade, one industrial, one combat, and one exploration. Whenever I send out ships on these low-level assignments, I always take my lowest rank of each. You'll see them. They'll list them from highest to lowest on here. Just page to the back and take the lowest ones. As long as your fleet rating is at least one higher than the difficult rating, you're unlikely to have any issues. With it being too higher, I'm not going to have any worries. I'm not going to have any damage coming back on these. No problem. All right, so come to your fleet management, and you can see the ships. When they're blue, they're out on a mission. You'll see later they'll be green when they're done. So on this terminal, you can go in. You can take a look at what ships you have assigned. If you don't remember, you can see how much longer they have on their trip. So the hours that they show in this are real-time hours. So 9 hours from the time I initiated this, they'll be back in. So typically, before I end my session for the day, I make sure all my ships are out on missions, and then when I come back the next day or so, they're all complete and ready to be debriefed. But you can go in and take a look at each one of the ships that you've got, but typically you're just going to look, say, oh, yep, still blue. Not time to pick them up yet. Now, some of the other parts of the freighter, you've got your upgrade control. So you've got, you can get frigate modules. So these frigate upgrade modules can come from mission rewards. They can come from destroying Sentinel ships. They can come from robbing other freighters. And you do have to be careful, because if you do that, you're going to end up with negative rating. Also, derelict freighter missions can give you upgrades for that. You can pick a color, 5,000 nanites each, if you want to change the color of your freighter. But for now, yellow and black will do just fine. So here's where you can see which ones you have unlocked and what paint colors you can change. It's so the primary color is the least color, and the secondary color is the black on that one. So it's a little bit off. So you've got the galaxy map over there. Now you come around here. This is where you can manage your list of ships. You can see who's out on mission, who's available, so you can tell what kind of a mission you have the ships to be able to cover. At this point, I don't have anything, any other missions I can run, so we've got to go back out and find some more. But before we do that, I'm going to come in here and build some storage access. Now these will access the same storage containers that you have on your bases. So they're all numbered 0 through 9, and you can build one of each. and they correlate to the storage containers that you have in your base. So build a few of these for now. I don't really have that much stuff in storage with this save yet, and so I'm not too worried about it. So you can access them directly by going in, accessing the terminal, and see what you've got in there. So here's the stuff that I've got stored. The other way you can do it is by looking at your head menu and go into the Freighter tab and page over to storage. This was added recently, and it is super nice. It's so handy to have this to be able to page through. Now you can go in and rename these, and if you're really organized, like I'm not, you can have each one with different stuff in it, so you can tell at a glance when you really start filling things up. Now I've gone out and picked up some more frigates using the same tactics, and so now I can send out some more ships on missions. So I picked up some more of the exploration class ships, so we'll go ahead and do this exploration mission. So now make sure that you're sending out the right kinds of ships. I sent an explorer on a mining mission one time, and the thing got wrecked, and so I had to spend a bunch of platinum fixing it up. So just stick with what what the mission type is. Send those bad boys out. Make sure that your fleet rating exceeds the difficulty rating. So here's a trade mission. So I'll send my 3 trade ships out, and so there's they've got a 4-star fleet rating against a 2-star difficulty rating. I should have no problems whatsoever with this. Now these short missions don't take very much fuel, but you will definitely, when you start sending stuff out on the long missions, you're going to be going through a lot of fuel. So stock up on tritium and dihydrogen because you will never have enough. And you're definitely going to want to do these missions because especially the longer ones. So the longer the mission, the more stuff you get. So here's my explorers, and in the next room it's going to have my trade guys, and so we'll come back and see what these look like once we have let the time lapse. Now you can see there I built a trade terminal in my freighter. Just makes it easy to unload stuff quickly, because you're going to get a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You get a lot of loot. So these are just little short missions, and you'll see all the stuff that I get. So these things are definitely worth the time and trouble. It just takes a minute or two to send them out, and then you forget about it. And if you don't get back to them right away, no problem. They'll sit there and wait for a debrief. But if you're getting to your freighter on a fairly regular basis, just get in there and send them out. And when you see I typically once I've got a full fleet, I'm sending out the longest missions possible. So I'll use my ships on the longest ones first, and then start filling out the shorter ones, because I'm just going to get more. I'm going to get more units, and I'm going to get more stuff. And so that's what you want to do, is you want stuff. These missions, they'll return all kinds of things like storage augmentations that you can put on your starships. You'll get the salvage frigate modules so that you can unlock some of the additional stuff for that. So the other thing you can do is when you're fighting those little sentinel ships, usually if you've roughed up some sentinels on the planet, when you fly up into space, you'll get chased by those guys. Take those on. wipe those guys out. I mean, they're tougher than the regular pirate ships, but they're totally doable. And you'll get, not only will you get these salvage frigate modules from them, but you'll also get upgrades for your missions. So if you're a little light in, in combat, you can throw some exploding, torpedoes or whatever they are at them, and it'll help boost that up, and it can push you over the top as far as the, against the difficulty rating. So you see here in these 3 missions, I got just a touch under 3 million units straight up. Plus I've got another couple of million in junk to sell off. And so, I mean, it took me no time at all. Just a little bit of frigate fuel and away we go. You can do the derelict freighter missions and actually get improvements for your ship that'll make your fleet fly faster, use less fuel, do more damage, do better trading. All that stuff is available with the augmentations you get. Last thing we need to do is name this thing. So Ray's merchant ship, the Novak 4. So thanks again. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I try to bring as much as I can and make them as painless as possible. So thanks for sticking with me, and we'll catch you later.